Hello and welcome to Inkspired Crafts Facebook Live this morning. I am earlier than I would normally be, simply because sometime between 10 and 1 I have a man coming from DFS to sort our new sofa out. So I wanted to really be able to get on and get this done, and then hopefully he'll come out just after, or come after 10 o'clock, and it won't disturb us at all. So I'm going to be just showing you, I've made these, you may have seen the photos already, I've made these cute little gingerbread men gift holders, ideal for like little gifts for school friends. If your children give gifts at Christmas to their friends, it holds a little KitKat. I thought this was cute because it's gingerbread flavour, but obviously any flavour KitKat would do. You could probably fit a little Kinder thing in there, or some, you know, little bar of chocolate. If you don't want KitKats, maybe the Biscoff biscuits would fit in as well. So as you can see, they do stand up. It probably won't want to on see, it has now. It wouldn't stand up before, that's why I got that one. But they do stand up. Great for little table gifts at Christmas if you have family and friends, or little party gifts. So yeah, so I'm gonna just show you how to make those. Okay, so it is the Gingerbread Man suite, or bundle I should say. So you get the stamps, and then you have oh, it's stuck, the fabulous dies when they decide. Okay, so you've got the Gingerbread Man is joined so that you can, it's got a little score line, you can fold it to make gift tags, cards, the front of a card with a opening in. You've got all sorts of little sweets and candy canes, hot chocolate mug, bow, bobble hat, scarf. There's a speech bubble there. There's some little like icing, and there's a like a snap bit. So there's lots going on in there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just pull off my gingerbread man, and I'm going to pop him down and just give him a minute just to reshape. It is a very easily flexible stamp, I should say, because it's the outline. Okay, but then once you pull it off, it obviously goes out of shape. You put it down and it will reshape. And then to save time, I'm gonna pop the little face in and the buttons, try and get them straightish. You can add other bits if you want to, but then I'm just going to pop my block on and pick the whole thing up. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and cut my gingerbread men. Okay, so this is what you end up with. Now on my sample, I did stamp on both sides, which was very time consuming. Well, the stamping wasn't the time consuming bit. Cutting out all of these bits and making them up like that was very time consuming. So I'm only going to stamp on one side for this one. I'm going to just cut the gingerbread man in half, and then I've got, this is pecan pie, and I've got my pecan pie ink, so it'll be tone on tone. You could, if you wanted to, do this in heat embossing in white, or you could do it in white craft ink. I was doing these for swaps for a Stampin' Up event, and I didn't really have the time to, sorry, I'm just lining it up as best I can with the camera in the way. I didn't really have the time to heat emboss all of them, so I decided to do tone on tone stamping, and it looks, you know, it looks brilliant with that. It would look amazing. I think I've got I did a card that had heat embossing on. Let me just find that. So this is heat embossed, so it looks really good like that as well. So that is another option for you. I need to get rid of that before I get my hands dirtier. So decorating wise, I've already cut out, I'm using real red, and for each of the candy cane dies you get a solid and a stripy bit. This is the hat and the scarf, and I've cut a white hat as well. And then this, I cut a little Christmassy mug from the Modern Day Christmas paper, because it had the stars and the sparkle on. Okay, so just make sure my glue is working, and I'm going to use the white background and the red stripy bit of the candy cane. Obviously you can do these in any colour you fancy. Just pop it on. I will say while I'm just doing this is, if you are catching this on the replay, do let me know in comments, and if you're catching it on YouTube, thank you for joining me, and I hope this gives you a fun little project for all of you to do. Okay, so the hat, as I'm only stamping it on the one side, I'm going to leave the other bit blank, so I'm not going to be sticking it on both sides. Now the hat, what I wanted to do, and I've not tried this yet, so I was going to cut this little pom-pom off and see. Ooh, it's a bit fiddly because it's small. Oh, my glue doesn't want to come out now. I think we're having a morning of it. It's really cold here this morning, and though we're quite south, we did have some sleet, and up on the hills it was a bit more snowy, but it didn't settle, thank goodness. And now it looks as though it might be brightening up, but it is extremely cold. Okay, so as you can see, I've added a little bobble on there. I could, I don't know what this would look like, but I could always put, it might look okay. So I'll trim that bit off. Okay, so then all I've done is put some glue on and stick the bobble hat down where I want it. I quite like that actually. I did put, I don't know if you can see, I did put Winker Stella on the bobble on these ones, just to give them a bit of sparkle. Now the candy cane, I've been tending to stick it on this side where we snip the gingerbread man in half, simply because this is a nice rounded edge and I'm not very good at rounding the edge off. You could obviously make that one straighter, so I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on there and stick his candy cane somewhere handy without stick it up a bit. Right, the scarf is quite flat, so if you get either a bone folder or your thumbnail and just curl it, it gives it a bit of 3D, a bit of life. And then I'm just going to pop that on. Okay, so that's my gingerbread man for the front. Okay, I am going to just trim the sharper corners off of that. So we just pop him to one side a moment. We could give him that, I don't know yet, we'll see. Right, so the mechanism for inside to hold the KitKat or the gifts is just a simple little it's not even a box, it's just a simple piece of cardstock, and it measures 4.5 inches. That isn't obviously the bit that I've cut. I've got a bit cut somewhere. Maybe it's this one. 4.5 by 1 3/4. So if you want that in centimetres, it's about 11.4 centimetres by 4.5. Okay, and we're going to score on the short side at 5/8 of an inch, which is 16 millimeters, 1.6 centimeters, and then we're just going to flip it round and do the other side, and then we're going to score here at, on the long side, at 1.5 inches or 3.8 centimeters, and 3 inches, which is 7.6 centimeters. And now we're just going to cut up to the score line. On those, so you end up with a piece that's like this, and then you can see, bend all your bits up. Okay, and then we're going to stick it so it's not going to be seen once you've stuck it together, so it doesn't matter that it's, I mean, it looks, you know, that's what it looks like, but when you've stuck it onto your gingerbread man and the back on, you're not going to see this at all. So I'm going to use some I was going to use some tear and tape. There's my tear and tape. And it's up to you really whether you put that inside or outside. I'm just going to pop some tear and tape on both ends here. On that side. I'm going to take that off and then just fold it up and stick it down. Do the same on this other side. Give it a good squeeze just to make sure it's attached, and you end up with a little, it isn't, as I said, it's not a box, it's like a, I don't know, it's just a holder. Okay, and then just to, basically all you're doing then is you're gluing it. Again, I'm going to use tear and tape because I think that'll probably be the easiest. And put it on both sides while I'm here. And across there. Should really get my take the pick tool to get this off, but I've got nails, that's okay. Right, so all you're doing is lining it up roughly. You want it in the centre, but you're putting it just above the join in the legs. Okay, so it is literally just above, and then you can run the bone folder or your fingers if you can get them in there, but just run something in there just to press it down. So this is the back of the gingerbread man. So I've not stamped it twice on this one for time really. Then just peel this off of the front. And then again, I'm just going to eyeball it really. And try and get it straight. Let's just see if that will, it's not as, you can, oh, no, I'm not going to take it off now because it's going to rip it, but if you, I think I stood it up to stick these together so that it would be even and straight. I mean, I can bend, yeah, you can bend the legs forward slightly. I'm going to just stick the hot chocolate on, and then your little KitKat just pops inside. Oh, and it did stand up, but the leg's not 100% flat, so yeah, but there we go. That's all there is to it really. It was obviously more time consuming, cutting out double the amount of hats and everything, but whether you stamp on the other side or not, I don't think it matters. I think it looks, you know, that's the back, so you wouldn't see a face normally on the back, would you? Okay, so that's my Gingerbread Man KitKat table favour, gift holder, whatever you want to call it. I hope you've enjoyed that, and have a go at making it yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Take care.